Hi, it's time to do some air fryer meatballs in my Emerald Lagasse air fryer. They're actually already cooked and I'm just going to take you through a simple recipe and also some tips for using your air fryer. Let's go ahead and start with the recipe. It's really easy. In a medium to large mixing bowl, you're going to mix 8 ounces of ground beef, and then you're going to mix about 8 good-sized chicharrones. It comes out to about a little bit more than half an ounce. Use those. And then you've got 2 ribs of celery, and this is a ketogenic recipe, sugar freedom ketogenic, and a quarter of a large onion. What you're going to do is you're going to put that ground beef in a bowl, and then you're going to chop your chicharrones. I just use my old Pampered Chef chopper. Chop up the chicharrones, chop up the celery, chop up the onion, and get it as fine as you can because that makes a really nice meatball. Put them in the bowl, and then to taste, probably about half a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and then salt and pepper to taste. It's really easy. I just put it all in a bowl, shake on the onion powder, shake on the garlic powder, and then it is easiest, I've taken off my wedding ring, to just mix it with your hands. Your meatballs are going to be about 2 tablespoons a piece in size. You can make them smaller if you want, but if you make them 2 tablespoons a piece in size, you get about, how many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, I got a baker's dozen of meatballs from that. So I got 13 meatballs, which is great for 2 people with maybe a couple of leftovers. And then also, if you make these 2 tablespoon sized meatballs, then you get 400 degrees in the air fryer for 10 minutes is going to get you right to just about a perfect 160 degrees. And if you don't have a lot of experience with this recipe, the first time you make it, just take out one of the meatballs and test it with your meat thermometer, and it should come up to 160 on your meat thermometer. Nice and done, but not overdone, so it's still delicious and juicy. So if you're curious about the air fryer, let's go ahead and just take a look at some of the features. I'm going to go ahead and show you the meatballs, okay? All right. So this has cooled down a bit. The air fryer finished cooking probably about 5 minutes ago, but here's how they look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, a baker's dozen. So you notice that they're not all perfectly even. And the only error I would say is some of these bits aren't chopped that fine. If your chopper doesn't do that well, either chop them finer or you can go ahead and take them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and set these aside. And how would I serve these? It's cooled down, that's why I can touch it. For me, I would like to serve them over just some summer squash zucchini noodles, or you can serve them with a side salad. Really delicious, but especially good on a bed of those zucchini noodles, and then you can also add some Parmesan cheese and maybe some butter. All right, some things to know about your Emerald. Questions: can you use wax paper? Yes, you can. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. So I've used my drip tray quite a bit, so it's already got some browning and some aging on it because of how much I use it. I clean it with just soap and water, and sometimes I'll use one of those magic kitchen sponges on it, which helps to keep it clean. After that, I started using either parchment paper or wax paper in the tray, which really helps to keep that tray clean. Couple of other things to know. The heating element. If any fat falls on the heating element, it will smoke. So it's good to know that. And then another tip is bring it out from under your counters in case there's any steaming or smoking, so it won't hurt your counters or it won't hurt your cupboards. So it's really, really simple. You just chop up your ingredients, mix it with your meatballs, create your meatballs, and it goes on the air fry setting, 400 degrees, for 10 minutes, and you're gonna get a really tasty, delicious meatball. And one of the reasons I really like this is that I'm keto, sugar-free, sometimes even carnivore, but my family members aren't. So what's really nice about the air fryer is they can heat up corn dogs, French fries, toast. They can create all of these things in the air fryer that I don't necessarily eat, but it's actually really easy for them to heat things up, to cook things, and even to clean up after themselves without getting the oven rolling or any of the other things that they need to do to make the foods that they like. Now, one of the things that I do as a keto, sugar-free, sometimes carnivore cook, is I will make the main dishes. I'll make the meat, I'll make the vegetable, I'll make the salad, and then my husband or my son, if they want to make anything else, if they want to make their pastas or their rice or their potatoes or their sweets, they can simply add on after that. So I'm really happy that I did get the Emerald. Other things that I am making in it now are Cornish game hens, are really easy and delicious in this. I haven't done a rotisserie chicken yet. I've done pork chops, and they were okay. I like my pork chops a little bit better on the stovetop in a cast iron pan, but I did make salmon in the air fryer, and it was absolutely delicious, and I absolutely loved it. I've also roasted vegetables in the air fryer, but I would really rather roast vegetables in the oven. So the best things for the air fryer that I have found: meatballs, Cornish game hens, salmon, lots of things that you can make in it, and especially if you want to add it and you have a family and they like to cook, it's a nice way for them to cook the things that they want to eat in the air fryer without having to use the oven. So that's another recipe for me. I'm going to write it out and post it here. Thanks for joining me in the Sugar Freedom Kitchen for another keto sugar-free recipe. As always, be well and eat for yourself. And I hope you try these. I hope you enjoy them. And if you do, get back to me and let me know. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.